everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Free.
And today we are continuing on
Yes.
from our first video about our first K-pop experience together at GOT7's Keep
LA
Spinning concert in LA.
Yes, what she said.
Hopping back and forth on that one.
Let's jump right into it.
Yeah. We can say that, you know, you haven't had a lot of experience with Mr. Wang.
Nope.
You know, until
recently.
Since I took her, yes, since I dragged her to a concert in July, at the LA stop of the Keep Spinning tour, and we actually there was a whole backstory which, you know, we can actually get into. Starting with
taking
you're
the
taking the
lead.
lead. Taking the lead.
Right.
Right. No, I didn't mean to.
Where should I start?
I think you should start from the beginning.
No, not a big fan of K-pop, or at least I wasn't. Anything that I heard about K-pop was through her, and she told me about GOT7 coming to LA during the summer, and I was able to get us tickets to their stop in LA, because we're from LA.
Yes.
And that was super cool. We didn't even realize like how great our seats would be.
2,000 years later.
Man.
So
an
hour later,
right? She ran out of storage, and then we got hungry, so we just
went to Panera Bread.
So we got Panera, and this is gonna turn into us.
Now accidentally a mukbang.
So now it's a reaction concert experience talk with food with a mukbang. So there we go. We're adding on to the thing.
Yep.
Anyway, you want to add that to the clip? You're taking it off?
Oh yeah, I want to eat.
I know, but maybe I should ask if you want to take it off before we started filming. Because now, whatever.
What was I doing?
We didn't know. So hungry. We didn't realize how good our seats were.
Yes, we did not realize how good our seats were. And
I wish they are, but
I know.
Forever.
We'll just live in the forum, it's fine.
Yeah.
Sleep there.
It's so weird.
And we'll just eat chicken tenders and fries because that's what we ate at the concert.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I wasn't mad at it either. Nope, they're pretty good.
Anyway.
All right. So, not sleeping at the forum.
We don't sleep there.
Seats.
Yes.
Yeah. We're actually currently in a different place because we're in college. Right now, we're finishing our 4th year.
Senior year.
Yes. Sorry.
In college. Yeah.
Right, in college. As I made clear, I think. But yes.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. So I'll probably drop a picture of Chloe looking very proud of herself, sitting where we were.
Oh, I'm screaming! No, we won't actually.
Too bad.
You don't have it, do you?
Oh, it's okay. But we great seats. We had chicken tenders and fries, and possibly there might have been alcohol present. They sold it at the venue. To be clear, we didn't like sneak in alcohol.
I don't think we could have. They probably would have tackled us.
Yep,
so.
very clear. Yeah, that's true.
I ordered a vodka crank because I'm old. I'm 70. And I was 21 at that point, so I was just like, no,
yep, it was
I'm
fine.
gonna do like a whole.
She was of age.
I was of age. Back to what you're saying.
Right. We sat down, great seats. We met some really cool people.
Shout out to Patty.
Yeah, shout out to Patty and shout out to Jen.
Yes.
Jen was her boyfriend he's in charge of like the power for their shows.
The screens.
Well, power. Power to the screens.
Okay, whatever. Yeah. Basically.
Anyway.
It wasn't, but I'm just gonna let it slide.
Anyway. Yeah, so we met Jen, who was super cool, drove from Vegas, and then our friend,
her boyfriend,
which was really sweet.
I loved it.
And then Patty was there with her boyfriend.
Right. We're just surrounded by people.
with their right, and we were there for each other. We were each other's boyfriends.
Right.
Also, it's National Boyfriend Day today, and we are each other's boyfriends. So it works.
Happy National Boyfriend Day too.
I know. I got her a soup mug for this special occasion that I didn't realize was today.
And I made her some homemade Filipino food.
Yep.
And I bought her some ice cream.
We clearly love each other.
Yeah. We have the more important things in life. We get it.
Exactly. We were sitting there waiting for the show to start. She pulled out her agabong.
Yes.
Good. And unfortunately, the power ran out of it. Just the batteries were
so bad.
But so Patty, being the angel that she was, gave her agabong.
She let me use it.
It was very sweet.
It was very sweet. They were like, yeah, like, don't put the batteries in until you actually, like, start the concert. And I guess either I didn't read it in time or something, but I just remember, like, having them in already. So I was like, yeah, I'm ready. And, like, 20 minutes into the concert, I'm just like, well, dang. I was like, aw. And then, obviously, Jen was there to also provide just some extra energy because she was just a ball of light.
Yes.
And she was just so, like, she came up to us, and I also thought that she was just, like, a fan that was trying to just, like, move up and, like, not get caught.
So did I.
And I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, so, like, are you, like, supposed to sit next to us or whatever? And she's like, no, I'm just here, like, visiting my boyfriend. And, like, he's on tour with this group. I have no idea who they are. And I was like, awesome. I mean, this is my friend's first time, which it was. She basically knew, whatever I told her is
so the only person I knew, like, the only person I could identify was Mark, because Mark is her bias. So anytime I saw him, I was like, okay, don't know that guy, don't know that guy. Might be Jin Young, probably Jackson because of the nostrils.
Yeah.
That's Mark. Don't know those guys. Like,
yeah. And so when we were driving, so she came to my house, we kind of carpooled together, had a little problem with the car, because I don't use the car anyway. Long story short, we get there, and in the car ride, I'm like, yeah, listen to this song, and, like, this song, and, like, just familiarize with it, because I didn't want her just to be, like, thrown into the K-pop experience, because I feel like it's kind of different from, like, a normal concert experience. I would say so. But I was just like, yeah, like, familiarize yourself with, like, the songs, and, like, get used to, like, you not kind of understanding what's going on, because, like, most of the lyrics are in Korean, and neither of us are any sort of
we are not fluent yet, but we are learning.
Yet. Yeah, so I was just like, yeah, so, familiarize with the song so you can just, like, jam and dance and stuff like that. Bringing it back to the start of the concert, yeah, so we were just, like, talking to Jen and just, like, enjoying ourselves, and then, of course, like, the pre-concert hype up, which is, like, everything goes dark, and all the lights turn on, and people are, like, screaming, and just, like, I don't know, they weren't stomping. No, they weren't. Like, something, but I felt, like, vibration. So
probably all the screaming.
Or the bass, just, like, a really heavy, like...
There's just everybody screaming, shaking the building.
That's not wrong. But yeah, I just remember everything going dark, and, like, the little, like, pre-made video, and I was just like, oh my gosh. Our seats were eye level to the stage. So when they came up to the edge of our side, like, we were, like, it was right there, which is crazy. That's, like, probably the closest I've ever been in a K-pop concert, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Aren't you lucky that that's your first experience? Yeah.
True.
So yeah, we were just we were, like, really close, and again, we just didn't know, like, we would be that close.
Yeah.
We were just like, oh my god, that's crazy. So
So-
continue on so I can eat some soup.
Yeah, please. And so the concert started, and you know, I was just kind of like, all right, like, let's see what happens. Truly, I was there to support her. Like,
Okay. She tried to get out of coming to the
I did try to
concert
get
with
out of
me.
it.
She literally tried. The excuses.
I did try to get out.
Anyways.
I also, and this will come back later on in the story, but I had gotten into a car accident, like a really bad car accident,
Yeah.
at the beginning of that week.
Yes.
And so I wasn't really able to walk. So,
But I assured her, as part of the, you know, part of the reason of coming, I was like, don't worry, it's seated. Because the forum actually has, like, seats all around. So it wasn't like you're...
yeah, no, I was like, no, if I gotta stand.
Right, I'm
And
like,
she-
oh, well, good thing.
right, she was like, funny you mentioned that. There
Right,
are plenty of
'cause
seats.
they're right.
I was
it's
like,
okay, it's
oh,
great.
really? So, and
I was like,
then,
you can't get out of this
yeah.
that quickly.
and then I was working a crazy job over the summer for
Yes.
being a personal assistant to a celebrity who shall not be named. But I was watching her tour manager's house while she was on tour. And so I was like, and part of that included watching her child who was sick. And so I called
That
her.
weekend.
And I was like, hey, like the day of the concert, I was like, yeah, I don't think I can go because, you know, her daughter's really sick, and, you know, I just...
Do you see this acting? Do you
But
see
it was
this acting?
true!
But,
She
okay,
was
but you
sick!
didn't need to be like like...
Because
she's, like,
I
on
felt
her
bad.
deathbed.
No, I felt bad because
It
I didn't want
sounded
to leave you. But no, like, as soon as I said that, the child came in the room and was like, hey, I'm going out with some friends. I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, I'm not sick, so I'm gonna go. And so she was like, so I don't know what you were saying, but I'll see you at this time at my house. I was like, so I
literally was like, that's really funny that you tried to get out of it. Because clearly, you needed to go.
I did need to go. And so I took my injured body and got out of bed, got dressed, got in the car, drove to her, even though I'm still pretty traumatized to drive. So I got to her house, we got in a car, we said all these things, blah, 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 blah. So we were out, started the concert. I know we're just jumping everywhere.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's a lot of these, though. Like,
I don't know, it comes back in, like...
in waves, honestly. Yeah.
But yeah, so we are waiting for the concert to start, and again, I'm still very uninterested, but she was telling me about her agabong and, like, what they mean to, like, K-pop fans, like, no matter what fandom you're a part of. And you know, she studies music and business separately, and I study music business. So I was looking at this and I was like, oh, this is like really genius.
No.
So
I mean, in general, just like the K-pop market.
It's
crazy,
insane. So
I'm like,
and
wow, what an empire.
no, literally, and I had never even
This is
thought
marvelous.
about it. And so I was so for the first part of the concert, I was very much looking at everything. Yeah, I was looking at everything from like a business standpoint. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But
Also, shout out to the t-shirt that was $40 and I still paid it.
She did.
You're welcome, GOT7.
Yeah.
Put some money in your phone.
Yep.
But that's okay because I support it. It's fine.
But yeah, so we were sitting there, and our view was really great of the stage, but we also had a really great view of like their stage managers and everything that they were doing down there as far as like like graphics and everything that was moving on stage and whatnot. So that was cool. So that's what I was watching for a period of time. Also, the lights were really bright where we were sitting.
As our seats were like on the I would say like the very last section before like the stage, it was very like apparent, like the lights that hit both of them to make like the center stage were definitely in, like we were right there. Like the ones that were opposite of us were very bright. So half the time we were dancing, and
being
other
blinded.
Yes, because like especially because it reminded me of a moment when Jen and I were just like, yeah, like we were just like popping and can't see, but we were just jamming out anyway because that's the energy.
That's how concerts
what we
go.
felt. So yeah, it was definitely a really awesome time. We had some special moments.
Yes, we did.
As I will remember, I think quite for a long time in
Maybe.
my life.
I hope for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
I think so.
I mean, that's. I mean, you want to talk about your Jackson?
So I mentioned the car
That
accident.
sandwich looks bomb, by the way.
Would you like a bite? It's really good.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. Sorry. Continue.
It is a Tuscan chicken sandwich for anyone.
We're just like now promoting like.
No,
Panera.
literally. I've got a You Pick 2 with a Tuscan chicken sandwich and a tomato soup. And you got broccoli cheddar.
With an Asiago bagel.
Yes, because they were out of bread bowls, and that was very rude.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. You got it. Yeah?
Oh, I dropped it. My bad.
That's okay. I'm screaming.
I want a little more bread.
Anyway. Sandwich thief.
You offered me a bite and I'm just
And then, okay. No, I had mentioned the car accident because, like I said, I was having problems walking. And even standing. So when we were at the concert, there were like the first part of the show was like 30 minutes. And it felt like 3 hours. And I was like, oh my God. It's like so much has happened. I was like, surely we must be almost done. And she was like, no, these things go for like 3 hours. And I lost my mind.
What did they do?
I don't know how to explain it. I was just upset. I was like, I can't believe this.
Like the show started at 7:30, and for some reason, like we always walk out for it being like almost 10:30, like 11.
Yeah, it was almost like 11.
Yeah, and I was just like, wow, what a great experience.
It was
and
crazy.
I truly think it's just because like the energy and like the hype up of everything, it's just it goes so quickly.
Yep.
Like you don't even think that amount of time. I mean, technically for me, it felt like I was just like, yeah, I'm enjoying the moment. But for her, it just felt like a century.
I think also because I didn't know any of the music, and it wasn't even in.
Which is why I told you
89% of it was not in English. So I was like, yep, I'm having a good time. Sounds good and loud. So,
we were also appreciating the outfits, the stage.
The outfits were amazing. Mark had a really great red mic.
Yeah, he's a star.
I totally understand it. My mic is bedazzled. So
they also share the same birthday, so I guess they share the same
star quality. I know.
Ew. Oh, my goodness gracious. Anyway.
But so yeah. I literally was like in a trance when Yu-Gi-Oh had like a dance solo.
It was a blindfold
in a
situation.
Trance. I was like, oh my God, who was that?
Okay, truly, I think that's one of the very few times that Yu-Gi-Oh will get me like that. Like he is a very cute boy. Like he's very handsome, but it's really interesting because like he doesn't strike me as someone I'm just like, wow.
I didn't even really have a bias yet, but if I did,
true.
that was a bias wrecker. I won't lie about it.
You did, right?
Technically,
right.
Yes.
So I kind of made her have a bias before we got to the concert.
She made me choose.
Because as I was saying in the car, I was making her watch videos, and I was like, okay, so pick one. Like I was like, you have to come in with a bias, and I want to see if you get wrecked, like in person, because it happens. I mean, all of my fellow K-pop fans out there, I'm sure that y'all experience the fact that it's different when you see them in person.
When I was watching, she had me watch Miracle, and
my favorite song. It's honestly my favorite.
It's a great song.
Besides Confession Song.
Yes. I was like, I mean, this guy Jin Young is kind of cute. I was like, he looks like an actor. I was like, does he act at all? Like I was like, he doesn't look like he should be an actor. And she was like, it's funny you mentioned that. And so she started telling me about like, all his acting creds.
He is psychometric.
And but no, I was like, okay, this guy Jackson, he's really cute. And she was like, oh, I knew you'd like him because everybody likes Jackson.
Okay, but
when they first go into the fandom.
Okay, but that's like not wrong. Jackson is I think he just fits like most of everyone's appeal. I don't know what it is about Jackson. I thought he was really cute. he wasn't the person that like struck me at first, which is what a lot of people are surprised about. Because if you ask any person that's like relatively into GOT7, they're like, oh yeah, that Jackson guy's like really cute, and I'm like, awesome. I'm like, that's cool. Like, he's cute.
I think for me originally, I picked Jin Young because I thought he had the prettiest voice.
Yes,
You know
and
what
what
I mean?
he does, he can.
It's very it's very
soothing.
beautiful. So yeah, so I think that's why I was like, oh okay, like he, just like because his voice was so, literally just beautiful in my ears. I was like, okay, that guy's cute. I was like, I'm not sure he's my bias though. So you fast forward to the concert. Like I said, having a hard time standing. So I just got to a point in the concert where I realized I was standing for a really long time, and I just got like these shooting pains like through my foot. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit down. And I don't remember what song was on, but so Jackson came to our side of the stage, and everyone was just like yelling his name, like Jackson, Jackson, you know, like notice me, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was sitting down, the only person sitting down. And so he came over, and while everyone is like screaming, I literally just went like, hi. And he pointed at me,
So
and he
cute.
was like, stand up. Like, what are you doing? And I was like, me?
I
I was like, I don't even go here.
I honestly was like, I wish I recorded this because I was watching it like the
It was
interaction is back and
insane.
forth. I was like, this is really cute.
And so he asked me, not really asked, he demanded that I stood up. And so I did, because I was embarrassed. and I just kind of looked at him.
Called out.
I got called out. And I pointed at him like, yep, I see you. And he pointed back at me. And then he mocked me, pretending like he was me sitting. And he was like, I was like, that's...
And he was like,
I'm like, meanwhile, I just got into an accident like 3 days ago.
but you can't
Obviously, he didn't know, but
no. That was just
so Jackson, I hope you see this and know that I was not sitting down because I was uninterested or bored. I was just in a lot of pain. But yeah, so
there's an explanation for why.
right now there's an explanation. So I hope you see this, and I hope you didn't think that night that I just didn't like it, because I did.
Yeah, I saw you progressively getting more into it, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, I was
the energy.
I was enjoying it. But so
Oh, my bread. Sorry.
So the night went on, and
oh yeah, JB's body roll, and look
a
at
body
me.
roll I didn't even see.
So I feel like that was at me, and thank you, JB, because I am now. JB.
She's forever changed.
I mean, I actually already had that experience with, something on the line of that with JB, because I went to KCON 2017. Yes, 2017. And I had gone up to give them a high five for like 0.5 seconds. And I remember just like saying hi to JB, and him just like, he has a very intense stare, I think. And it's one of those, it's one of those stares, I think, that like look into your soul. It really felt like I was vulnerable. I was like,
King.
Wow. I was like, I feel like he just looked into my entire life. So good job, JB. That really got me. But similar to this experience in the concert, I was just like jamming out. I forgot what song it was, but I think maybe it was Lullaby, because he does like the body roll thing, right? In Lullaby.
Yes, he does.
Yes, I think it was Lullaby, and he just happened to look, because he was singing his part and he was doing the body roll. He looks over to our side, like as he's like doing the body roll, and I truly believe he caught my eye, and he just did the body roll, and then he like he licked his lips and smirked, and I was like, wow. I didn't need that, but now I think I did, and I appreciate this moment that we had, and so I'll forever remember it. He's a beautiful man. Anyway, moving on.
Yes. And so then a much more close and personal encounter occurred. Not with JB though.
No.
Although
they did all come to our side, except for you, Gim.
Except for you.
And Mark was showing love to our side in the beginning.
Maybe 2.5 seconds.
This is by no means any like call out.
Shade. No, it is shade.
No, yeah, I mean, he was on our side, which was like the left side of the stage, for like at least like 30 minutes of the show, and we were loving
the first
it
part of the show.
because again, she didn't have a bias, and she knew that we were coming in just because I had already previously liked this group and been to concerts, so she knows that Mark is indeed my bias. So she was just like, I know that one. But so we were all just like there, kind of just like, yeah, Mark, woo, and stuff, and yeah, and then all of a sudden he just stopped showing up, and I was like, and then he came again, but it was like a general like, thank you, like goodbye. I was like, oh. Okay.
Don't leave.
Because I think at least for everyone, you never even came, but it's alright.
It's alright.
Anyway.
That dance solo made up for it.
That's true. This is true. And so yeah, Young Jae came by, Bam Bam came by, said hi to Patty, because Patty is a Bam Bam bias. And so she had like this little like sign, it was really cute, and I was like, please notice it, like, and then he like did like pointed at her and like did a wave or like a nod or something, right? And I was like, yeah, I was like, she got noticed. And then Young Jae waved. Yeah, so basically we had like our little interactions with JB and Young Jae, Bam Bam, Mark, Jin Young as well. Jin Young also was on our side for a little like moment, and he would not look at us.
No, he wouldn't look.
But I feel like he's one of those people that will know, like, that will purposely skip over you
because he knows you want his attention.
I'm like, wow,
yeah,
what a Virgo. I'm calling out my friends here, but
whatever. Y'all can't hide. You run, but you can't hide. And the Virgo squad.
So yeah, yeah. But point is, Jin Young, we knew you, we saw you, and I mean, I don't know what else to say. But back to the point about intimate, personal moment. Well, actually, we had 3 encounters because Jackson also tried spraying.
Moving so much.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm rocking myself on these chairs. I'm sorry. We had 3 moments with Jackson, which is that one, which is yours, and then he also tried to spray us with water.
Oh, I totally forgot that happened.
I totally just remembered.
And he was like, he literally mouthed, he was like, did you guys get wet? And we're like, no.
Yeah, we were like, no. And he's like, and she was like, no.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, don't come away with that. Right.
And he was like, okay, Jackson, no. Like, we were like,
you know better.
But everyone in the back was like, yeah.
Yes, water.
We're like, water. And so I was just like, no.
We're at the front row of the SeaWorld show, and I won't have it. We don't have ponchos.
Sign up for the Shamu. So I mean, he did it anyway because he was a cutie, and I guess we allowed it.
Would we allow it?
I mean, I'm just kidding. He did it anyway. Yeah, that's okay.
He didn't care.
It kind of got my phone wet, though.
Oh yes, I do remember. I do remember that.
So, well, at least we didn't get it like in the phone. So
yeah, true.
Anyway, that was our second experience.
Yes,
which is really great because I think Jackson just started coming over more and more, which is great. Yes. I was like, Jackson, because everyone was also going wild.
True.
Yeah. And she'll explain this last. I mean, well, I'll jump in, but I think this is a moment that she would like to express.
So
it's more personal to her.
Yes, it is. So, they were in the middle of Before the Full Moon Rises. And yes, it does say before. It's
okay, cool.
Yeah, it's before.
I knew the song, but I just don't know the titles as much anymore.
So, they're in the middle of this song, and Jackson came to our side of the stage again. And when he came back,
mind you, the encore, like,
they
had just finished their men's. They did the little false, like, bye everyone, and then like everything was still dark, and we were just like, yeah, okay, come on,
right,
come on,
just come back.
So,
and so he came to our side of the stage, and I pointed him like, "Hey, you're back," and he pointed back at me like, "Yeah, I'm back." So I guess that was the pointing was our indicator of like letting the other person know that we were
acknowledging each other.
Yes, and so he was dancing, like we were both dancing, and so he was kind of like matching our 2-step or something like that.
Because we can't dance.
Nope, not at all.
You give us a routine, we won't know. Like,
very true. I did take a hip hop class, and I only got an A because I was funny. So no, you don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it. Anyway, so he starts to move like not across the stage in the other direction, but rather towards the stairs to come down,
right, to the
floor,
right.
And
he kind of never like broke
eye contact, no,
or like any
with
like
either one
he
of
was
us.
just like dancing with us, because I feel like everyone around us was kind of just like, woo, yeah, and like we were just like, cool, I guess. I don't know.
I feel like we should just put the video in.
Yeah, we'll just.
We're gonna put the video in here, and then you just see it. As you can see, so you can't see us because our lovely friend Patty happened to catch every moment of it.
I was like, thank you, Patty.
Literally,
I also have a video, but it was like after the fact, and I almost dropped my phone to him because I was actually just like, woo, like waving it around, and I don't know, my hands are kind of slippery, so I was just like, oh my gosh. So you can kind of see what it goes.
It was like the next day I was like, oh my god, I'm so mad. Like, obviously it's gonna be in my brain, but I was like, but for how long? I was like, I need a video.
For how long?
Like, I need a video to solidify this. No, literally. And so she happened to find our friend Patty on Twitter like the next day or 2 days after that.
It's actually quite funny because I don't follow like any of Mark's family on Twitter, which I know that they're like, of course we all know Raymond, shout out to Raymond, who's GOT7, who's a member of GOT7, and he he and Tammy, I know that are the popular ones for their social media, and so Tammy had commented on someone's tweet, someone had commented on hers, and she had commented back. And it showed up on my timeline, which never happens, but I guess because Twitter does this thing about like search, like, oh, recommended to you situation. And I'm just like, oh, it's like, okay, like who's she responding to? And so I click on the person that she was responding to, and it actually happened to be Patty.
Crazy. And
I was like, wait, I know her, because she included a video. And I was like, oh my god, I found Patty. And so I was like, no way. And so I was like scrolling through because she had content about the concert. I was just like, oh my god, I have to tell Free now. I have found it. She was
honestly elated is an understatement.
Yes,
elated is an understatement.
Oh, it's really great. I love her. Shout out to Patty.
We love Patty. We love Patty.
Thank you.
Yes,
she saved a life.
She saved my life. No, really.
That's how I found the video. And thank you, social media.
No, literally.
For that. It truly like came out randomly too, so I don't know what that was, but technically I guess the universe wanted her to have the video.
Yes.
And to find each other again. So we love you. Thank you, universe.
Literally.
For that.
But I mean, the coolest part of the video anyway to me was it was clear that he was trying to get on top.
Yes.
Of it was like a bin though, so he couldn't get
right. So
on top
there was
of
nothing
it.
to stand up on. If anything, he would just be in a bin, like like someone
Singing
was like,
us?
and,
Right.
like it's like,
Just
like
roll them away.
but he checked to see if he could stand on it, but he didn't, which is really sad. But
Yeah.
but then he pointed, obviously, yes, the
Yes.
video.
He pointed at me.
And then he just like walked out, and I was like, okay, cool. But the fact that
But it was
a definite, clear, like, I see you, and it was
Crazy.
really cute. It was really cute.
It was
Life-changing.
easily one of the best moments of my life. Definitely worth having a bum foot because I had hurt my foot in that accident. That was my right foot, and I also busted my right finger. And then I was studying in Spain a few months before that, and I sprained my ankle in Spain because I'm clumsy. So I just had like 2 bum feet.
Yeah, so basically she was just breaking.
I was.
Like any like common old person.
There was just no reason for me to be outside or moving. Like
yeah, but again, I had kind of forced you, but I'm glad. And
it was cool.
Yeah.
I think while I was so, I don't want to say mad at her, but while I was very annoyed with her begging me to go to this concert and every single idea I had to get out of it falling through, I will say that it was beyond worth it. I will give you that. But yeah, I mean, is there anything else? Mark, if you see this, just so you know, this is in San Gabriel, so we definitely would love a little shout out. Take her out for some boba sometime. That'd be really great.
Actually, it's really funny because I know that a lot of like the fans like follow like his friends and stuff like that. So it's really interesting to see that there was like this time that he went to this boba shop, and I remember like being like, wait, I know that place. And it's this boba place in Arcadia that I actually didn't like I knew of it, but I never actually tried at that moment because, or at least I only tried it when I was in high school because of our friend that lives in Arcadia as well as even. It's just, so she also lived in Arcadia, so she told me about this place, and I was like, cool, I haven't actually tried it, but she was like, yeah, like I think it's better than half and half, which I disagree. So it was just really funny that like I was like, oh wow, like I kind of forget that sometimes Mark is like not just a K-pop star, like he had a life before, and that I guess like we shared similar areas growing up.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be a thing of if he wasn't the great K-pop idol that he is today.
The great K-pop idol.
I know, doesn't he sound like a leader?
Ew, with the red mic and all. What a star. Yeah.
No, but I mean, it would make sense for you guys to like run into each other at some point.
Honestly, I'd be surprised if I hadn't already. Point is, yes. So it's kind of, we just want to, I mean, you don't have to take me up for boba, my goodness. But like, it's just really interesting.
Look, man, I'm just trying to be your wing woman, so.
Can't include this in the video.
No?
I don't know. You're editing it, so honestly, I'm just gonna see it.
That's true. You're just gonna see it.
Anyway,
it out.
Anyway, in conclusion, the boys is really good. It was a really fun night. The forum where our seats were great. I would just say that, yeah, they did great. I had a fun time. It's always a fun time at these concerts, I think. And especially just because like everyone's like, at least where we were sitting, we're very friendly. Like I was really grateful for Jen and for Patty and her boyfriend that came along in support. And so it was just great. Like we didn't have any problems really. There was nothing to complain about.
It was a really good day.
Except for overpriced drinks. I won't say that.
Oh my god, crazy.
It was $15 for my vodka brand. And I was a little disappointed, but it's alright. I had a fun time.
Yes, you did.
So they all looked amazing. Their outfit changes were great. Appreciated it.
I loved that like denim, like or like casual look that they had towards the end of the show. It might have been the last outfits at the end of the show.
And like some of them had concert t-shirts on. Okay, it's fine. The point is, yeah, they were very, very cute and well dressed, and just happy. Yeah, happy that you went.
I'm happy that I went,
and I'm glad that you're my boyfriend.
True.
So, yeah. So, is there anything you'd like to say about either one of the things that this long video talked about?
I think I will say Big shout out to all of GOT7 for just like throwing me into the world that is K-pop,
It
and
truly
also
be like that though.
and Chloe, of course, for single-handedly also throwing me in and
I'll
locking
say I
the
wasn't
door.
taking a no for an answer.
No, she was not.
I wasn't kidnapping her.
But it definitely has changed my life in a lot of ways. So it was a really, really great experience. And big shout out to Jackson for making me feel like the most important girl in the whole world. And I will also say, hopefully, we will both get to see Jackson and or GOT7 again in the near future, and I won't have a bum foot, and I can stand the whole time
And that you actually
cheer.
want to go?
I will want to go, but that's why I left it out. I'm just saying, hopefully next time it won't even be a problem where he has to tell me to stand up, because I don't have any problems with my feet. So there's that.
Well, if that is all you have to say.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for watching probably to the end of this. Probably was, I hope, not too long.
We're gonna edit it to the best of our abilities. So
Yeah.
but yeah, thank you guys so
But-
much for watching. And yeah.
Yeah, if you would like to see more of us, or just
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, as YouTubers say.
yeah, and turn on that notification.
Turn on that bell.
So yeah, do all that business. You can follow our social medias.
We'll link them.
Yeah, we'll link them down below in the description.
Yeah.
So yeah, just let us know if you want to see more content about K-pop, or just like ask us other things, tell us what we should do. Yeah. So yeah, so thank you once again, and
Yeah.
we hope to see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.